Hello everyone, I'm Sydney Green, and today we are going to be talking about the Aztec Empire. The Aztecs were a nomadic tribe in northern Mexico, also known as Tenochtitlan. This was during the 15th and 16th century. The Aztec Empire was formed because of an alliance between three major cities. These cities were Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan, and this was between 1428 to 1440. But we will get into that in the later portion of the video. We will also get into who they were, what they did, and how their beliefs were portrayed through their actions. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Mika Green. In this primary document, we can see these maps show colonization during this time. It helps us understand the land the Aztecs lived on and where the three cities were located.
Hi guys, this is Aussie Green. Let's start with the Aztecs. In 1521, the Aztec Empire declined, and this was because of a division within the empire itself. But let's start from the very beginning. As we know, the empire was composed of three major city-states, Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan. They established a vast empire that was organized through a caste system. Each social class had their own rights and responsibilities.
There are many classes in the caste system. The highest one was the emperor. He had absolute authority, and he controlled the empire's tributes or taxes, and they were paid in goods, services, and even human sacrifices, often from war. The emperor had to protect and expand the empire, ensure peace within, and oversee major religious ceremonies, including human sacrifices. The emperor had also enforce laws and maintain order.
Hi, I'm Mika Green. Nobles were the elite of the Aztec society. They owned land and collected tribute from commoners. In return, they had to govern regions, lead armies, and oversee the empire's expansion. Nobles had high status. They wore fine clothes and participated in religious and cultural events. Nobles also had military and religious duties, often leading wars or taking part in sacrifices and ceremonies. They were responsible for keeping their territories in order, ensuring taxes and tributes were collected, and maintaining peace.
Next come the priests. The priests held great power as their spiritual leader of the Aztec people. They had authority to perform rituals, interpret omens, and communicate with the gods. Priests owned large portions of lands and received offerings in exchange for spiritual services. Their main responsibilities included conducting religious ceremonies, offering sacrifices, and educating future religious leaders.
Mika Green back. The Aztec warriors were respected for their bravery and played a key role in the empire's expansion. They were honored for capturing prisoners in battle, and successful warriors could receive land, tribute, and high status. Warriors were responsible for military service, conquering other lands, defending the empire, and capturing prisoners for sacrifice. To maintain their status, they trained rigorously, practicing combat techniques and learning the rituals of war. Mika Green out.
Next came the commoners. They made up a majority of the Aztec population. They had the right to own land and worked very hard farming crops like maize or work as craftsmen and traders. While they weren't involved in high religious ceremonies, commoners could attend festivals and make sacrifices at local temples. They also had responsibilities. Commoners paid tribute to the emperor, worked the land, and in times of war they could be conscripted into the military. Some commoners even rose to warrior status through bravery in battle.
Enslaved people were at the bottom of the social ladder, but they weren't entirely without rights. Enslaved people were protected by law and could earn their freedom in certain situations. Some enslaved people, especially those captured in war, were brought to temples for sacrifice. Most enslaved people worked in households, fields, or public works, like building roads and temples. Though their lives were difficult, they could eventually gain freedom and reintegrate into society.
Hello guys, I'm back. So as you guys saw, each individual social status had their own rights and responsibilities, although the empire as a whole had their own devotion to their gods. So they believed in many gods, which means that they were a polytheistic empire. Each of these gods believed only gave some people rights, which means that the empire had to maintain their responsibilities and their devotion to these gods by practicing human sacrifice on those who didn't have those rights. They practiced human sacrifice all throughout their reign, making it easier for the Spanish to come in and take over because of the division that was happening within the empire itself.
Hi, I'm back again, and now we're going to be talking about the ruler between 1428 to 1440, which was Izcalli. He impacted the Aztec Empire by establishing the Triple Alliance, which expanded the Aztec territory. He also created the importance of war god, increasing the belief that human sacrifices were necessary. Also, in 1486, the ruler was Avitzotl, and he impacted the Aztec Empire by expanding its territory through military conquest and conducting the largest human sacrifice in Aztec history.
Hi, I'm Quinn Green. Who was Montezuma II, you may be asking? Montezuma was a great emperor and reigned from 1502 to 1520 when the Aztec Empire fell. He saw through the Spanish conquest, expansion, and strong centralized administration. And he also tried to make an attempt to make friends with the Spanish and ended by giving them gifts and ended up backfiring on him, leading to his capture and the downfall of the empire.
One of our primary sources was from Diaz del Castillo, who was one of the chiefs of Tabasco, and that he said that every morning the neighboring towns would arrive and pay great respect to everybody in the town. They also brought the presents of gold consisting of 4 diadems and some gold lizards and 2 ornaments like little dogs and earrings and 5 ducks. This goes to show that the chiefs were very respectful of their people and that they liked how they were defended by all of them.
Primary sources such as the accounts written by Hernando Cortez and other Spanish officials are the only surviving writings we have of this once great city. This is a quote. "The great city of Tenochtitlan is built on the Salt Lake, and no matter by what road you travel, there are 2 leagues from the main body of the city to the mainland. There are 4 artificial causeways leading to it, and each is as wide as 2 cavalry lanes. The city itself is as big as Seville or Cordoba."
Short-term impacts of the Aztecs were diseases that were spread that they were not immune to and that killed a lot of the population. It also developed rich culture and made many advancements in economic growth. They also facilitated trade across the empire and expanded agricultural production, and their military strengthened and that expanded their territory. The long-term effects of the Aztecs were Aztec and Catholic combining belief systems that influenced the religion today. Social and political structures influenced systems and societal roles commonly seen today too. The effects of cultural, agricultural, and political aspects are still seen in today's society.
In the 15th and 16th century, the Aztec Empire was the most dominant force in central Mexico. Through the alliance of Tenochtitlan, Tlacopan, and Texcoco, they established a vast empire that was organized through a caste system. The Aztecs believed in many gods. They also believed these gods only gave some people rights. Because of this belief, human sacrifice was commonly practiced throughout their reign. Through the alliance of Tenochtitlan, Tlacopan, and Texcoco, their empire made a caste system that gave way.
As we stated in our thesis, the Aztecs had many rights and responsibilities throughout their reign because of their devotion to the gods. This devotion meant that they had to practice human sacrifice since they believed that the gods only gave some humans rights and responsibilities. Because of human sacrifice, their empire started to decline since so many people started to rebel against it and they didn't like this new system they had. This led the Spanish to have an easier access and conquest all of the empire.
The Aztecs lived where the waters gleam. Tenochtitlan, the city of dreams. In the valley of Mexico, they claimed their spot, an island on a lake where they gave it all they got.
Aztecs rise with an eagle, soar on a cactus, with a snake at its core. Classes strong, rule so wise, living their lives under sacred skies.
Aztec bride where the gods reside, with a culture so strong they won't be denied. Classes tight, rulers divine, living their roles in a sacred design. Emperor with wisdom and might, guiding the people out throughout day and night. Montezuma, the leader, a name to know. With the power of the gods, his strength would show. He made all the laws and kept the peace. From nobles to priests and warriors might, farmers and merchants work all day and night. It's like people's duties occur on their way. The Aztec classic hit the system in play. Each role had a task to fulfill. The strength of the empire, the work is fulfilled. Everyone had rights but duties to bear to the gods and the emperor they'd always care, paying tribute, fighting in a war, building the temples of the gods they adore, and responsibilities ran deep in their veins, and the Aztec world honors always remains. Aztec brides with a god resigned, with a culture so strong they won't be denied.
Yo, in the Valley of Mexico, the Aztecs say, build Tenochtitlan in a big bold way. An island on a lake with the water so clear. Chinampas grow crops, bringing food all year. Corn, beans, and squash, they had it on lock. The land of the Mexica, yeah, they couldn't be stopped.
Was that tough?
That was very tough.
How tough?